Hey, you smart, beautiful people. Before you listen to this entire episode, come on to YouTube, to my channel, Stenell the Money Therapist, and see this footage live. Trust me, you will not regret. While you're there, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel where I post 10-minute clips of every guest that comes on my podcast show, No More Excuses, Wake Up. Because this specific episode is so special, you're going to get the entire footage on YouTube. I know. Thank me later. Go ahead, bae. Bust your freestyle.
6 years ago, my wife took nothing but an ideal and faith and turned it into a multi-million-dollar business with multiple streams of income. As a woman possessed, she overcame all obstacles and created multiple streams of wealth that has impacted our family for generations to come. From mental health professional to therapist to author to CEO, she is a constant reminder of the grace of God over her life. Get ready to listen to and take notes from Stenell, the money therapist, as she schools you on money, entrepreneurship, and life skills that was not taught. No more excuses. Wake up!
Thank you, Tony, for that great introduction. Welcome back to No More Excuses, Wake Up, where we talk about money, entrepreneurship, and life skills that was not taught. I am your host, Stenell Myers, also known as Stenell, the money therapist. Our topic today is entrepreneurship. So you heard of white-collar jobs, blue-collar jobs. We have a term called new-collar jobs. And that's what I want to talk to you about, because having children that are adults, and my baby's 16 on her way to college, makes you think, is college for everyone? Is college for everybody? And it is not. Although all my children went to school, they all have college degrees. My 22-year-old, she's going to graduate next fall. But is it for everybody? It's not, because even when my 22-year-old went, she was not ready. You know when your child is ready and when your child is not ready. That first year, she was out of her mind, partying and involved with so many activities in a college and not academic ready because she wasn't mature enough. And that's a lot of money. So $10,000 later, $10,000 later, and in her name, not mine, because I paid cash for her college. In her name, she owes. And maybe because of COVID, I don't know, all the mail goes to her home now because she lives in a different state. But $10,000 later, because she played, she have a bill. And that's really the discussion for today, because we think that we always hear, and this is changing. The world is changing. The world is shifting. We have social media that is a huge part of our lives. We have people, our millennials, that are in their 20s, in their early 30s, and they are doing it all. They're doing it. Entrepreneurship is a term that we didn't hear too much back in the 60s and 70s. Although they were doing it, it was something that you didn't hear about as you hear now. Everyone wants to be an entrepreneur, and that's great. Everyone wants to have their own business, to have ownership. People think that they need a degree in order to make that happen. And I just did a video and on YouTube, and I also in one of my episodes, do you need a degree to start a business? In my answer in that episode, check it out, is no, yes, and no, because you don't need it to start depending on what you're doing. There are so many people, look at high school billionaire dropout that just thought outside the box and did something different. So let me define a white collar. A white collar is when you're in the workplace, when you are in corporate, when you're in the environment of what you call a professional environment, an office environment. That's white collar. And you are doing administrative work or desk work or managerial work. That's white collar. That's where I'm at. I am in a white collar field because, okay, I do have a higher education and I manage, I lead, I own my company where I am leading, and it is an office space environment. Although my workers are independent and they do work from home, they come in the office once a week. But what I do in that particular job can definitely be considered as a white collar position, a white collar job. So let me define blue collar. Blue collar is basically a manual labor, and they class it as hourly work pay. And in the 1920s, the word was defined as blue collar because the workers wore blue collar clothing to hide the dirt on their clothes. Basically a position of manual labor. And some people used to shun upon manual labor working hard because they look at a quote unquote blue collar worker of not making a lot of money or working really hard and struggling. But honestly, if that's how you're going to coin a blue collar worker, there are many rich blue collar workers that are out here building homes, that are in construction. My husband, although he worked 25 years as a correctional officer in the state of New Jersey, he found out about 7 years ago that he was a blue collar worker because his hands, he can build anything. He can build anything. He can build a house, a bed, put down hardwood floors, crown molding, design walls. He can build anything. That's blue collar because when he is paid from people, they pay him and he's doing manual labor. He's beautifying, if that's a word, their home. And that is blue collar. And they make really, really good money. And they work for themselves. Plumbers make great money. Our entire house consists of blue collar workers coming in and painting. Our painter that we have, anytime we need him and call him, he's here within 2 days if we need something painted. He has an entire team. That's blue collar. So there are so many people out here now, entrepreneurs, that are physically working in the blue collar field. There's nothing wrong with blue collar. But let's get into white collar. Never heard of it. This is something new that basically started a couple years ago. And white collar is now, again, different because technology continues to change and it continues to just move and shift. And we as people and as a culture, we have to move and we have to shift with it. Although blue collar didn't mention too much of having a degree, because back in the 1920s, a lot of men that worked in the field and in the labor in the 30s and 40s and 60s, they did not have a degree. But with white collar, they define that it is specifically a job that does not require a degree at all. And I really want to talk about that because that's my world. Because like I said in the beginning, everybody are not degree material. Everybody is not college material. And that is okay. So let me break down a couple of jobs for you. I'm going to give you 7 jobs that do not require a degree. Number 1, a computer support specialist. And I got this information online from the University of People. And I find this really intriguing. A computer support specialist does not need a degree. The average salary is between $50,000 and $55,000 a year. A computer support specialist, they are people that work with software and hardware. They support the phone. They do have to take a certification course. And you will see that these jobs, you do need some type of certification, but you don't need a degree, which is way cheaper, trust me, than when I got my master's degree, my bachelor's as well, and even the PhD, because I'm off a dissertation, but I don't have the degree. Certifications is so important because that can land you a lot to even work for yourself. And if you love computers, why not make up the $55,000 a year? Maybe this is something that you can do on your own and get in the field, learn it, and then maybe start your own on the side. Number 2, network and computer system administrator. So another computer, and that is because companies rely on network and computer system, and administrators to set up their computers. And this is great because my nephew has his own business and he does computer programming. He actually goes to companies, he gets the contracts, and he builds what they need, whatever site they need. He actually does the programming for them, and he also have a partner that he does it with. This is very lucrative, although he does have a bachelor's degree in that field. But the network and computer system, some companies do prefer you to have a bachelor's degree. However, others just require a certification, some type of post-secondary certification and very strong computer skills. And guess what their average salary is, y'all? $80,000 a year. They didn't have to pay for room and board, food, travel on holidays. $80,000 a year. And there are so many people that are in this computer field that I know personally. When I went to Satone Institute, oh my goodness, back in the 90s, I went to learn the different computer systems. Is people that just excelled in that, from getting a certificate, and they excel. And I mean, they went from doing that, and then they went from programming, and then they made money, and then they purchased homes and became a realtor. Listen, there's so many different ways. $80,000. Number 3, don't sleep on a pharmacy tech when y'all go to Rite Aid and CVS. Don't sleep on it. Pharmacy techs, they provide medicine to healthcare professionals, and they work in pharmacies, drugstores. Pharmacy techs make $32,000 a year. You do need a certificate to become a pharmacy tech. Now, the other 2 jobs I talked about was $55,000 and $80,000 a year. $32,000 is not a lot, but it is a starting point. And so if you want to start off as a pharmacy tech and be in the industry of pharmaceutical careers, there's so many different type of pharmaceuticals: clinical, drug manufacturer, research, pharmacy manager. It is definitely a market of drugs and medication. Medication is a drug. But the industry, there's a lot that you can do and learn in that industry. So any of you that may be into medicine and in that field of doctors and healthcare, but do not want to go that route because being a doctor in healthcare and nurse is expensive, this is another area that you can take as well. The 4th one is a service delivery analyst. Service delivery analysts make $55,000 a year. It is software and data to track customer satisfaction. And guess what, y'all? There is no degree needed. Check it out. Transportation inspector, number 5. Listen up. You can just have a high school diploma for this degree. Transportation inspectors check equipment and goods to make sure that people and cargo are transported safely. The reason why I'm talking like this, because the salary is around $74,000 a year, and you can just have a high school diploma. You have to know how to do better by researching. They can work as a freight inspector or a rail inspector, and I do know that rail inspectors make really good money. But sometimes you have to know people in those fields. One of those things that it's not so easy to get in, but I always say persistence and researching, and if that's something that you want to do and you learning about, find it in your area. You may have to look and relocate, but $74,000 and you don't need a college degree. There are so many babies coming out of school, 18, 19, 20, that are jumping on these opportunities. But then there are so many people that are not, because the world is just around us is just so big. All we hear is college, and that is not just for everybody. Media and communication equipment worker, number 6. They help to install, repair, and maintain audio and visual equipment in homes and businesses. They make up to $80,000 per year, and that is a high salary. And guess what it requires? Just a high school diploma. That is it. The way they learn the job is through practice and apprenticeship. And let me explain apprenticeship. It's hands-on. and it's skilled work, and it's working hands-on. And it is a trade. For instance, studying under someone. For example, an electrician. So someone that is under the guidance of someone that is a master in something like plumbing. Just hands-on learning a skill, hands-on apprenticeship. It's like an internship. It's hands-on skill set. And last but not least, y'all, this position is around $79,000 a year, and it is an elevator technician. Don't believe the hype. And you know what that is. They install, maintain, they fix elevators, escalators, lifts. You see them in a mall. I know I have. I have seen them in a mall with their bag, and they fix moving walkways. This is a very lucrative job because something like that exists everywhere. And what happens? Elevators, escalators, they do break down. This is for you that are good with your hands, or your children that are good with your hands. All you really need is a high school diploma and to learn hands-on an apprenticeship. That's it. All you need is a diploma. So these 7 different white-collar positions is important to know because we are in this market, in this world that constantly move and constantly shift, and people don't know what they're going to do. We have degrees out here that we can't afford. So we graduate from college. We owe the college $180,000, but we get a job for $45,000, $50,000. It do not make sense. Colleges are overrated, overpriced. It don't make sense. I can't stand them because I pay for them and I pay out of pocket, and it drives me nuts. And I'm so glad that my baby girl, I know she's going to get a scholarship. I just know it. I know she is. She's just super smart. Her degree is in engineering. She already know what she's going to go for. So I speak everything into existence. But even if she do not get the scholarship, I already have that plan, that 529 plan that I will also do an episode on. Because this is everything in my world, what I'm dealing with dealing with children that are in their 20s, going on in their 30s, dealing with a 16-year-old, my kids group, their age gap, they're all 6 years apart, but the baby is 12 years apart from the oldest, dealing with what's going on with each of them in their lives, in their world. That's what I'm bringing to you. I'm just bringing you my life, my world, everything that I'm doing as a business owner, as a mother, as a wife, just as an individual. That's it. It's just my life. You don't need a degree to live your life. I hope this has helped you, and I hope this has offered some type of guidance, and I hope that you know now this new age, this new definition, new collar means that you do not need a college degree. There are jobs out there that require no degree, maybe a few certifications, but no college degree, and you can make a great career. No more excuses. Wake up. Thank you for listening to No More Excuses. Wake up. If you love the show, please subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes or Spotify. To learn more about me and my different agencies and what I do, go to StenellMyersEnterprises.com. While you're there, check out Money Therapy Institute and watch my video where you will see me doing a little acting, showing you how I fought and kicked down closed doors. You can also click on Stenell the Money Therapist and get my free budget spreadsheet. And of course, you can email me at contact@StenellTheMoneyTherapist.com. I'm also on social media on Facebook at Stenell the Money Therapist and Instagram at Stenell the Money Therapist. No more excuses. Y'all know what y'all need to do. Wake up. Hey, smart people. I have a 3-month one-on-one personal or business coaching program. As you all know, I paid off $50,000 in debt in 1 year. I will teach you how I stayed out of debt using my burner method and personalized spreadsheet I created to fit my lifestyle and keep me on track. You will learn how to understand your money communication style using my financial treatment plan. Also, if you own a small business and you feel stuck with cash flow or feel disorganized, I teach business owners and self-employed entrepreneurs such as yourself to financially maximize your money, build wealth using your business income, and retire working on the business while your business continues to run, such as myself. You can book a call with me. The link is in the show notes.